Hello and welcome to another episode of Why We Love Music. I don't know if I'm actually going to start calling it this, but I don't know why I wouldn't. Because it's not like, it's kind of in a New Music Friday category at the moment, and that's what it's sort of themed about, because I'm doing new music in it. But why wouldn't I just do like all music? The problem is it's like too close to what makes this song great, isn't it? So I don't know. But it's not really like, it's not what makes the songs great, because that's an objective term about goodness and badness, isn't it? And that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that these things do make us love music. If we know about these things, if we know how they make us feel, they are some of the reasons we love music. Here are some more for you by Alewya. I believe Alewya is how it should be pronounced, but there is a chance that I am wrong about that. Let's have a look. What are we going on? That's the one, isn't it? Yeah, Alewya. Now, I haven't kept up on Alewya's music, but she did release an EP I listened to, I think in 2021, which is called Panther in Mode, which I think was pretty good, but I haven't listened to it again. She does a quite interesting set of music. I mean, it's quite hard to pin down, but let's just read a bit of bio to begin with, shall we? Just to get us in the zone. Alewya Demis, known professionally as Alewya, was born, etc. Quite young compared to me, in Saudi Arabia, to an Egyptian father of Sudanese origin and an Ethiopian mother. So we've got a fun selection of places there in the sort of Persian Gulf next to Africa and East Africa kind of area. Raised in Sudan before moving to the United Kingdom at age 5. Holla for the United Kingdom. She grew up in West London. Her musical career began with the release of her debut single Sweating in June 2020. So anyway, a lot of different what's the word? I guess ethnic roots, different ethnicities and different places fundamentally playing into that. And that is to some degree reflected in the sound, but unfortunately my level of awareness of the world's music doesn't allow me to dissect that very well. I'm gonna have my best go at it, but I am going to be speaking from quite a basic Western perspective, shall we say, and not even one that's particularly into hip hop, which plays a certain role in here as well. So going into it, that's the situation. Let's do our best, shall we? Quite a nice long phrase to begin there, right? Not too intricate. Something like that there. And going down there. E minor. We've already got the do 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 do. So the 2 and the 3, which are nice and close to each other. We don't tend to get the close intervals straight away. A lot of music would go for some version of pentatonic to avoid those close intervals, but this is going for the close one straight away. So all that basically seems to mean is that it is slightly more emotionally intense than a pentatonic melody, which would keep everything a little bit freer and lighter. So yeah, so we've got a little bit of emotional intensity. There was a nice crack on the voice, right? A deliberate kind of, where were we on the bottom? Oh, this kind of thing. Oh, which is pretty nice. Nice little different sound there. But yeah, just a long held phrase, has a little bit of improvisational quality to it. Is it improvised? I don't know. I mean, we'll just go with it sounds nice for now. And yeah, melismas, I guess, is something that we can write down straight away, isn't it? We do like a good melisma. Just keeps everything a little bit more exciting, doesn't it? Melismas. All right, and then it sounded like there was some ululation just about to happen. Let's hear that again. I don't know if that really counts as ululation, but it's a fun sound anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because it's a tone trill on a voice, isn't it? Like normal voices, you would assume, oh, we just sing the note, but there are loads of ways you can sort of interrupt that, even if it's just with like a ma 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 da 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 da. I guess as a kind of one as well. That was my vague attempt at ululation quietly. You know, there's loads of different ways you can interrupt the voice. So I don't know why ululation specifically has the run of those. It's interesting. Anyway, it's interesting to me. I don't think it's particularly interesting. Anyway, let's carry on. Okay, we've got some really nice sounding drums here. They sound very real. They sound lively. They're unpredictable. The fills aren't very show-offy, but they are there. Like that last one there, we go from this kind of one, and then it has this tap, 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 just doing threes in unexpected places in that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's the 1 and 2 and 3, and then I go, oh man, why am I so bad at drums? That's the basic idea. Wow, that was so impressively bad. But yeah, they sound really nice. I really like the overall space there. And I think we can say something we do like is acoustic drums. In this kind of music, you might not expect acoustic drums a lot of the time, so that's an interesting thing to have in here. And yeah, they're sort of mixed quite close, but with a lot of room, maybe just recorded with a lot of room. So they've got this kind of space. It's not like a big, glittery, beautiful acoustic. It's quite a close acoustic, but nonetheless more than you would expect on a general drum track. And other than that, we've got some low bass, boom, boom, down there, and we've got sort of like a power chord somewhere there from a synth. It's not very harmonically adventurous, but it's in keeping with what we heard at the beginning. Yeah, so it's quite like stark and barren in that kind of way. The drums really are the most moving and most exciting bit at this point in the song. Oh. Okay, so we've got some kind of fuzz guitar. Oh, down here. Something like that. So it's got this, again, it's got the 3 and the 2 there. Da-da, which against that E in the bass, it's quite dark sounding, quite imposing. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. There's another pair of semitone notes, very, very close notes. Da-da-da-da. That's the flat 6 and the 5 of the key, B and C in this case. So playing around with those and actually avoiding quite a lot of the other notes in the scale is quite an interesting choice. Quite a, yeah, again, dark they feel. Ooh, something bad gonna happen. Yeah. So we do like a fuzz guitar. Fuzzy. Let's just put fuzzy because it's not specifically fuzz that we like, but it's when it sounds very fuzzy, and it sounds very fuzzy here. Fuzzy guitar. Also, I have to apologize, but I have realized that the way I've written music there kind of looks like I've tried to write a K badly. And just for the record, we don't love Musk. We don't love Musk of any variety, but it is not bad sometimes, depending on how how much there is around, if you know what I mean. Anyways, fuzzy guitar, lovely stuff. Yeah, I mean, we kind of like this, but it's a little bit like straightforward as a set of notes to use, but we do like the semitonal intervals, so let's just write that as well. Semitonal intervals, lovely. Semitonal intervals. Good stuff. Okay, carrying on.
I said, let me speak.
Okay, so we got that ululation again, which is still in key, which is nice. And we had that guitar fuzz twice, didn't we? This has been quite a big intro for a 3-minute 26 song. 50 seconds almost of intro before we get to the main verse. That's kind of interesting. A bit unusual. I do like a long intro, but I wouldn't say I love it.
Listen, attention. Got a lock and key to this dimension. Every breath I breathe, every inflection. Honestly, it's all intention. No, got no.
Okay, so we've got a very straightforward flow. Da 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 da. Is my interpretation. The rhythm is the same basically every time. Very, very close versions of ba da 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 da. So we have that you know, the two long ones at the end. Ba da sort of reminds me of I've been to London, but I've never been to Scunthorpe, for instance, from I think it's Tiny Temper. Can't remember the song. Something about letting it rain. Oh, Come Down. I think it's called Come Down. Anyway, yeah, same kind of thing. A little more break in the middle as well, because we have that da da da. So we have one emphasis there. Da 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 da. And this, yeah, cadence, I guess, is important as well. So that da da da, you can hear from how it's said that it's not the end. We can hear that we're not going da da da, but we're going da 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 da, and then that da da, that feels much more like an end. And so we get a similar thing each time. We're in the kind of same range of as the singer at the beginning. The guitar was a little lower. We've only really got the bass going on at the moment, which is in these bottom two E octaves. So yeah, we're playing with mostly pretty low stuff. This is sort of like mid-range up here, not particularly high. We've got hi-hats doing the top stuff, but we've got no instruments, like no melodic instruments or harmonic instruments in that higher area, which is a little interesting. We've got this just quite oppressive low sound to everything, with only the drums using the full spectrum of sound.
For speed, I got direction. Don't need applause, give me connection.
I think we've actually got more drums in here because we've got that kind of sound. I don't know what it is, but it sounds pretty good. Yeah, I'm bad at naming actual drums. And so the drums were a little bit more sparse in the previous section, but it's almost like we've got everything. Like we've got a drum moving every semiquaver or so here. It's really common. And that da-da-da-da was new as well, wasn't it? 4 heavy hits of the kick drum at the beginning of the bar. That's quite intense. Is that something we love? I don't know. I guess what we love is drum fills in unexpected places. That is something that is really great. And so we can definitely put that. Drum fills in unexpected places. There we are. Yeah, because that was straight at the beginning of the bar, which is the exact place you wouldn't expect it to be. At the end of the bar, at the end of a 4-bar phrase, at the beginning of the first bar, absolutely not, but sounds good.
It's a different beast, a prophylactic, but it comes
And we've actually lost the bass there for a moment, haven't we?
to pain. I tried to hold down. Was a woman shamed to sit my sword down? Couldn't take my name away from core now. Kept me borderline, a tender soul. How?
So we've got this extra synth melody now, which is just same kind of range as the voice. The voice slightly lower on these, losing a bit of energy maybe, but it's it's more around the E, whereas the synth melody is just a bit higher. And we've got that power chord as well from the synth in there now. So it's a little bit thicker, this texture, but we did have a moment there where we lost the bass and it was just drums. And we have moments from time to time in each of these bars, not every single one, but often, where the drums will just drop out for a moment, or the bass will drop out, or both of them, and so we'll be left with this like space, and then it comes all back in again. So it's like I can't remember what the word for that is. Some kind of like it's almost like a drop, but it's not really a drop. Like unexpected drops. Let's just put that, because we do like unexpected drops. Ah man, my computer is having a field day today, making lots of noise. Never mind. Unexpected drops. Yeah, man, you need to stop even trying. Let's just stop that. Has that worked? I don't know. Actually, it seems to have crashed the program. But I can still see myself. Fingers crossed this doesn't actually destroy the recording. I'm just gonna keep going. And if it destroys it, it destroys it.
Different beast, a prophylactic.
Okay.
But it comes with pain. I tried to hold down. Was a woman shamed to sit my sword down? Couldn't take my name away from core now. Kept me borderline, a tender soul. How? I'm a mother seed and now I've cracked it. I am the force, I am the magic. Like lonely roads, better than static. Running home, clear out the passage. Like.
So we kept that same flow going through the whole verse there. I think it's coming to the end. But this last moment, pass it like. So we get extra emphasis on 1, 2, 3, 4 beats of the bar. And we also get extra voices going in for those like, those ones. So we get a different feel as we get there. That's cool. Okay, well this is our fuzz guitar back, isn't it? So that's nice to hear. So kind of so far we've got sort of like a instrumental hook after the intro, instrumental hook, then a verse, then the instrumental hook again. So far pretty straightforward structure. And it repeats twice. Okay, interesting fill there of suddenly just going to the electronic kick and changing pitch on it, which is a bit fun. Oi, 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 oi. A little bit of a kind of dub feel to that particular extra. Oh, this is a bit different, isn't it? So we've still got the drums going every semiquaver, just very multiplicitous drum set, loads of things making different patterns, which is lovely. But we've got a different sort of thing going on over top, still with the bass pretty much just giving us E, but we went from having that melody giving us the E minor up here with the G to then giving us not E minor, just E power chord if you like, but the synth over the top gives us the G sharp instead of the G. So we're changing, are we changing mode here? I would say not really, because it's not changing the melodic pattern, but at least what we're doing is having a tierce de Picardy, which technically should happen, I think, only at the end of the piece. Maybe this is what we're going to get at the end of the piece. A tierce de Picardy is an old-fashioned name for having a major one chord at the end. So in the olden days, ending on a minor chord. No. Not strictly all the time. Some people were totally fine with it, but we'll just say it's a no-no for now. But if we end with a major chord, oh yes, oh, give us more. And that's kind of what we've got here, except we don't really have the kind of straightforward classical modulations. We just have a held E in the bass, and we have this melody over the top, which gives us that G sharp in the harmony later on. So it's just going from E minor to E major. So you can talk about that in loads of different ways, but I just wanted to use tierce de Picardy. I hope that's okay. We've actually made a feature of that ba 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 at the beginning of the bar. It's not really a fill, it's happened several times, I think. So maybe we should cross that off, but I don't know. We've definitely had some unexpected drum stuff going on here. Oh yeah, and also after that melody, said it I started, I brother Guttah. We've got that very different melody, I don't know, focal point, let's say. So we have the melody at the beginning, melisma that we had at the beginning of the whole song, and then now we have something more like the verse, right? It doesn't have exactly the same rhythm as the verse. Start from the gutter, but it is still emphasizing that 1 2. So did I start? I guess it's like the second half of the main flow. So it's nice to get the continuity there, even if maybe you could argue it's a little monotonous having the same rhythm each time, but it definitely gives it a sort of specific rhythmic character straight from the off.
Wake up and I dust the fools off. You know me, I'm entertained, giving amusement. Riding all the waves, collected all the clues. Now I got the rhythm cause I felt the blues.
Now this is a little bit different for many reasons. First amongst them, we've lost the drums. We've got a much more open sound here with a lot of rumbling in the bass. Whoa. Just big sound from the bass with those ba 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 things going on in the background. Not too much else, but yeah, it feels much bigger, much more open space. Even though the main vocals are pretty closely mic'd and without that much reverb, and we're doing something similar with the flow. We've still got that da da 1 2 going on at the end, but now we've got sort of straight semiquavers before, and they're doing more of a melodic flow as well. Da 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 da. So that's going between D and B, just back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth, and then we get a long E, B. So we kind of come to a resolution point by those 2 notes at the end, because they're more in keeping with the chord underlying. To be honest, it's not a massive change, but it's definitely a change, isn't it? Because now it's a clearly, deliberately, melodically chosen way of saying these words, rather than the not so clearly melodically chosen one from the first verse.
Gratitude must because my love never left. Even when I couldn't, I was already there.
So we've switched it up a little bit here. Instead of da-da, it's already dead. Going up there to the G, and we've got that thing as well in there. So we've switched up the notes, and also now we don't have da da, we have already dead. So that's 1 2 and 3. So really very different ending now. Does it make a huge difference? I don't know, because we've still got the da 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 before that. So I don't know. Anyway, carrying on.
Welcome to my phases, you can call me Luke.
We've got the drums back in as well, haven't we? A little bit of an unexpected come out there, I think. I'm just going to listen to the same the whole bit again, and let's just count, because counting is fun. All the different bars. Okay, so not from this bit. Oh yeah, from that. 1 2
you know me, I'm
3
entertained, giving amusement.
4
Writing all the ways,
5
collected all the clues.
6
Now I got the rhythm, cause I felt the blues.
8
Gratitude
9
because my love never
10
left. Even when I
11
I was already
12 and a 13 and a 14 and a 15 and a 16. Okay. No, it's totally just because I've been pausing it. Yeah, straightforward 16 bars there. Yeah, I didn't realise, but that low choice of notes there by the guitar also gives us that that 5 flat 6. So it's very slinky, all these close notes. Interesting that the vocal delivery avoids those closer notes, which are so present in the other melodies. Even, I mean, every single melody here has used these two in their own octave, da-da, but they're not used in the main vocal. Da 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 jumps over it, or da da ba da ba da. It goes there. Wow, we totally lost the song for a moment there. Oh no, what in the world just happened? Did I lose internet or something? I don't know. Oh, it's back. Okay, weird. Yeah, so why do you think that might be? I would say that it's probably because those notes are a little too melodic, a little too emotional, and this delivery that we want for the main vocal wants to be more in your face, more aggressive, and so it's using singing. That's an interesting choice, but it's using notes that are just part of a much more emotionally not emotionally absent exactly, but a softer emotional side. They don't have as much clear, strong emotion, and so I guess that's what's going on there. Okay, I think it kind of works basically. Let's carry on.
Because my love never left. Even when I couldn't, I was already there. Welcome to my phases, you can call me Luke. Picture getting painted with the richest hues, better understand that.
Yeah, think we already heard that, didn't we? There's a little bit of a soft synth in the background now. Giving us again that E minor, E major feel. Isn't that bright and exciting, happy feeling as we change to that? Only for so long. It's really like, a quarter of the time. Mainly we're on this E minor. Maybe it's about half the time actually. Let's count. E minor, E minor, and E major. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so it felt like we finished there, didn't it? The drums stopped, basically everything stopped, and we got a oi, 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 oi. And now something else has come in unexpectedly. Little extra stuff at the end there. Yeah, so this alternative voice, I mean, I don't know where exactly from. Let's see if we've got someone in the credits. No, absolutely nothing in the credits. That's disappointing. But it's really sort of like in the throat. Very different to a speaking voice or a Western singing voice would have this brighter, especially in pop. You've got this clearer, higher, softer, more straightforward kind of space placement, forwards kind of placement. So it's very audible, very clear. But various different other styles of music tend to have a more back placement. Oh, so a lot of like really old opera singers will sing very in their back of their throat like that. Oh, that kind of thing. Not pleasant. But what's happening here, I think, is very like on the throat. This kind of thing that I have no real understanding of. But it's giving us again the notes of, but the same kind of notes that we've used for all of the melodic parts so far. Sort of like a mixture of the guitar part and the other melody, the sung melody by the female voice. Yeah, which is really fun. Just to bring it in on a new texture at the end there. And it's like, it's not exactly the same as well. So I guess we do like melodic development. That is definitely something we like at the nth hour. Yeah, a little laugh at the end. I don't know. Is it? Is that good? You know, I was brought up on Oasis, so I'm pretty inured of people coughing and making silly noises on recordings, which is a shame. But yeah, I mean, that's I struggled to find a good song to choose from this album, but that is the one I've gone with. I think it's good, and I think it sort of shows off a certain amount of things going on this album, but there are loads of different things going on in this album, so I think it's worth listening to. I want to go back to it a few more times to get a little more under its skin. But yeah, that is Alewya, and you have been listening to the song Guttah from the album Zero. Yeah, go and have a listen and enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Have a good day. I hope your life is nice. I hope there are mostly good things going on the local level. Because goodness knows the global level seems a bit crazy. But yeah, I hope everything's good. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Here's some music. Go and listen to some music, or go and make some music, or whatever. Yeah, I've already said bye.